Very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome to St. Angel's Public School, Baghpat, online economics classes, part 13, class 12 commerce. As you know that we are working from our home. So my dear student, today we will discuss chapter number 6, banking, which is from macroeconomics. Look, as you know that in my previous video, we have discussed what are the functions of central bank. What are the functions of central bank? You know that there are four functions of central bank. There are four functions of central bank. First function of central bank as a currency authority, or you can say bank of issue. And second function of central bank as a banker to the government, and third function of central bank as a custodian of foreign exchange. Third function of central bank as a custodian of foreign exchange. And fourth function of central bank as a bankers bank and supervisor. We have discussed. But see, today we will discuss controller of money supply. Means fifth function of central bank. Fifth function of central bank is controller of money supply. See, control of money supply means, see, central bank can control credit and money supply through its monetary policy. Through its monetary policy. Always remember, monetary policy is controlled by RBI. Monetary policy is controlled by RBI, and fiscal policy is controlled by government. I hope all of you have understood. Monetary policy relates to central bank, and fiscal policy means tax policy. Fiscal policy means tax policy relates to government. I hope it is clear. See, there are two instruments. To control money supply. There are two instruments to control money supply. First is quantitative instrument. Instruments, and second is qualitative instrument. First is qualitative instruments, and second is qualitative instruments. But today we will discuss quantitative instruments. What is the meaning of quantitative instruments? See here, these instruments are used to influence the total volume of credit and money supply in circulation. What does it mean? You can say that quantitative instruments quantitative instruments are used to control the amount of credit. See here, volume means amount. Here, volume means amount. See, you can say that quantitative instruments are used to control the total amount of credit and money supply in circulation. Always remember, suppose a volume of credit, we can say volume of credit increases, then money supply will increase. What I am saying, volume of credit increases, then money supply will increase, and volume of credit decreases, then money supply will decrease. It means that there is positive relationship between volume of credit and money supply in circulation. What does it mean? Listen carefully. First of all, I'm telling two important points. See, first point, suppose if first point, money supply is increasing in an economy. What does it mean? It means that people will have more money. They will do more demand. More demand means excess demand situation will create in an economy. Excess demand means demand greater than supply, and you know that when demand is greater than supply, price will increase, price will increase. It means that inflation situation will create in an economy, in an economy. In simple terms, I can say that money supply increases. Suppose money supply increases in an economy, then inflation condition will create in an economy. And listen, second point. Suppose if I am saying money supply is decreasing in an economy, money supply is decreasing in an economy. What does it mean? It means that people will have less money, they will do less demand. It means that demand will be less than supply. It means that, you know that when demand is less than supply means price will decrease. Means deflation condition. Deflation condition will create in an economy. Suppose someone may ask from you, what is the meaning of inflation? Or what do you mean by inflation? You will say that inflation refers to continuously rise in general price level. Inflation refers to continuously rise in general price level in an economy. What is the meaning of deflation? Deflation means refers to continuously fall in the general price level in an economy. I hope all of you have understood what is the relationship between money supply and inflation, and what is the relationship between money supply and deflation. Suppose money supply increases, it means inflation will increase. And money supply decreases means inflation condition will decrease, or we can say inflation condition will decrease. It means that there is positive relationship, but negative relationship exists between money supply and deflation. Listen carefully. Suppose if I am saying money supply increases, it means that deflation condition will decrease, or we can say inflation condition will create. But if I am saying money supply decreases, it means that deflation condition will increase. You can say that inflation condition will decrease. I hope all of you have understood. See, now we are going to study quantitative instrument, but one by one, to control money supply. See, first is bank rate. Or and bank rate is known as discount rate. Bank rate is also known as discount rate. See, it refers to the rate at which the central bank lends money to commercial banks to meet their long-term needs as the lender of the last resort. What do you mean by the lender of the last resort? Listen carefully. First of all, you will write definition of bank rate. What is the definition of bank rate? Listen in simple term. It refers to the rate, it means the bank rate refers to that rate at which RBI provides money to commercial banks, for long term period, for long term period needs as the lender of the last resort. What do you mean by this, as the lender of the last resort? Suppose commercial banks are unable to arrange financial help from outside, then all commercial banks approach to the RBI to provide some financial help at the right time. I hope, and it means that RBI will definitely provide financial help to the all commercial banks, or you can say to commercial banks, as the lender of the last resort. I hope first of all you will write definition of bank rate. It refers to the rate at which RBI provides money to commercial bank to for for long term period needs as the lender of the last resort. After this, always remember, if money supply increases, remember these two notes. Listen carefully. First note is C, and listen carefully. First, money supply increases, it means that RBI will increase all rates. RBI will increase all rates except reverse repo rate. Always remember these 2 points. Listen carefully. Money supply increases, it means that RBI will increase all rates except reverse repo rate means RBI will decrease reverse repo rate, and RBI will increase all rates except reverse repo rate. Second note, money supply decreases, it means that RBI will decrease all rates. RBI will decrease all rates except reverse repo rate to control money supply. Again I am repeating, both these points are most important. Listen carefully. First point, money supply increases, RBI will increase all rates except reverse repo rate to control money supply. And suppose money supply decreases, means RBI will decrease all rates except reverse repo rate. See here, now an increase in bank rate means money supply increases. Or you can say, an increase in bank rate means money supply increased in an economy. See, an increase in bank rate increases the cost of borrowing for commercial bank, means borrowing for commercial bank will be expensive. Become expenses. You can say that an increase in bank rate increases the cost of borrowing for commercial bank from RBI. Obviously, it leads to increase the rate of interest of the lending commercial banks. It means that after the, or you can say, after the increment of cost of borrowing for commercial bank from RBI, then commercial banks will increase their lending rates for public, for people, or you can say for people. and for people, credit will become costly for people. Credit will become costly for people. As a result, demand for credit, or you can say demand for money, will decline from commercial bank and vice versa means opposite of this. See, and see, it